What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? Sorry I'm late today. Way late today, man. I was supposed to be on. Well, first I was supposed to be on at 10 o'clock. Had to push the show to 12, and then I'm still a little late. Almost 12:30. But I definitely want to get in a show today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully y'all can hear me well. It's a central air unit out here. Where I can hear it. Let me get this off. Had to load my phone up. So you see I'm in a different place. I'm usually inside, but I'm outside today. My brother had to stay home today, so didn't want to disturb him from resting. I just don't got a lot of juice either. He didn't really charge that well, but hopefully I don't need this because today's show ain't gonna be long. Of course, it's the middle of the summer, so not a lot of sports going on. We're just gonna look at the baseball standings. Look at some news. Just look at some quick news, real quick. Then we're gonna be out of here. But I will be live tonight also on my PS5. We will play Forever Skies. They had an update today, so that's perfect. So we'll be live tonight. So let me pull back up my ESPN app. So I'm not gonna be long. Hopefully the sound is good. Like I said, this central air unit is running. Pretty hot day. I'm in Maryland, so East Coast pretty warm. So something going on with my phone. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. All right, let me get this set up. But thank you guys for being patient. Actually, I got to hold my phone with one hand. Usually, like I said, I'm more set up on the desk, but I'm outside doing the show today. And like I said, I was late as I don't know what today, so I apologize for that. But like I said, we'll be live later on tonight also. We'll talk more sports there because something might happen between now and 8 o'clock tonight. Things going on behind the scenes, so thanks guys. Thanks you guys for being here. Sorry for being late today. Appreciate you guys for being here. My favorite baseball team. I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. I grew up an Atlanta Braves fan, even though I'm from Baltimore. I follow the Orioles, but I'm an Atlanta Braves fan first. And both teams ain't doing that good this year. Both teams. I think the Braves are third in the National League East, but I think the Orioles definitely in last place in the American League East. So, football, Ravens, Baltimore Ravens. It's my favorite football team. And basketball, I really don't have one. I just follow more players than basketball. I don't really have a favorite basketball team. But yeah, Ravens fan in football, baseball, Atlanta Braves fan, sort of Orioles also because I'm from here. And basketball, I don't really have a team in basketball I follow like that. I just more follow certain players. Like I would say right now in the NBA, one of my favorite, like even though he been in the news lately, Luka Doncic is one of my favorite players I like to watch. As far as American players, I'm still, even though they older, like Kevin Durant, um, Steph, of course, but they probably only got a couple years left. As far as the young guys, I like Ant-Man, um, of course, SGA, even though he's Canadian. Uh, so basketball, more follow the players. I don't really root for a certain team. Uh, but yeah, as far as baseball though, I guess did y'all hear about Ryan Steinberg dying? I'm an older guy. I'm 41. Ryan Steinberg was here before my time, um, but I saw him play like late in his career. I seen that he had died the other day. Um, long time Chicago Cub. I think he later in his career. I think he went to a couple other teams, but he was known as a Cub. Yeah, he had passed away. Tennis and golf. Tennis. I follow those two somewhat. Like tennis, of course. On the men's side, you had the three-headed monster. You had I think Djokovic still playing, but Nadal and Federer. You know, them three guys was battling for years. Um, so that was a good players tennis. But you know, now Rafa, I think Rafa is about to retire. I know Federer is already gone. So now it's just the Joker left. And then golf, of course, I ain't gonna lie, I follow Tiger. That is hype. But of course, you know, he fell off. Um, but right now in golf, I don't really have a guy that I follow. Um, but yeah. Oh yeah, shout out Daniel, man. Thank you for being here. If you got a channel, you know, go and sub up to his channel. Yeah, I appreciate everybody for being here. I'm just sorry for being late today. I usually would have been earlier in the morning. I'm trying to pull up my news. Okay. No trades. No trades so far today. Yeah, so ain't no real. Other than that, ain't no baseball news. Music. I don't. Be honest with you, I don't really listen to a lot of music. I really don't. Like I'm kind of old school R&B, old school rap. Like today's music to me, most of it's trash. To me, I'm an older person, so like most of the new music, I'm not really into. Luda's okay though. Ludacris is alright. I liked the Luda when he first started. Um, but yeah, I'm not really a music person. I'm a moody music person. Like when I'm in a good mood, a real good mood, I like to listen to music. When I'm in a real bad mood, I like to listen to music. When I'm sad, I like to listen to music. But as far as just some people just get up and just turn music on, that's not me. I gotta be in a certain type of mood to listen to music. Yeah, DMX was one of my buddies. That was one of his favorite rappers coming up. Rest in peace to him. You know, he died 2 years ago now, going on 2 years ago. Um, but yeah, even though not today Jay Z, but I like a lot of old Jay Z stuff. Um, Outkast, you know, they was a different type of vibe, but I like um, Outkast. Von King, why would you ask if I'm a gang member, bro? That's crazy, man. Uh, all right, so let's look over these standings real quick because I want to get into really the NFL because the NFL is really all I really was going to talk about today. Um, oh, Yankees. Oh no, is this the wild card? This is the wild card. I know the Yankees ain't in first place. I thought it was Toronto. Um, yeah, my phone acting up. Uh, yeah, Blue Jays in first place in the East. Then you got the Yankees. They 4 games behind. Boston 5. Tampa's at 500. They 8.5. And the Orioles, which I just mentioned, last place, 8 under, 12.5. Back in the Central. Detroit just had a long loser streak, but they didn't lose too much ground. Cleveland still 9 back. Kansas City 9.5. Minnesota 11, and then the White Sox way out of it, 23.5 out of first. AL West, Houston 4 ahead of Seattle. Texas 5 back. They've been playing better of late. LA Angels 8, and the A's is 15. National League, Mets and Phillies, like I said, they're going to be back and forth for all the rest of the season. Phillies only a half game out. Then you got Miami at 10 out. Then my Braves at 16 out. Yeah. I might have to say it's over for my Braves this year. I don't even think they're going to make the wild card either. And the Washington Nationals, 17.5. National League Central, Milwaukee Brewers, once again, first place again. They caught the Chicago Cubs. They 2 out. Cincinnati, 8.5. St. Louis, 10. Pittsburgh 18.5 out of first place. And in the West, Dodgers, it's only a matter of time. I think they about to build on to the lead. But the Padres hanging in there, they 4 games behind. San Francisco 9, Arizona 12, and Colorado 34.5. So that's the standings. The wild card, which I had pulled up the first time, which I didn't mean to. What's up, the boys? What's up, man? And shout out again to Daniel. So Daniel, if you got a channel, man, let the people know they can go and subscribe over to you. Um, yeah, the wild card. So it's Yankees, Red Sox, and Seattle. The top three. Then you got Texas a game back, Tampa 3, Cleveland Guardians 3.5, Angels 4, Kansas City 4, Minnesota 5.5. Then the Orioles still got an outside shot. They 7. Then you got the A's and the White Sox 11 and 18. Pretty much think they done. National League, the Cubs are the top wild card team. Then you got Philadelphia and the Padres, San Diego. But then there's a little bit of a gap. 3 games, Cincinnati 4.5, St. Louis, Cardinals, Giants 5.5, Marlins 7, Arizona 8. Then you got Pittsburgh and the Braves 13. That's why I think my Braves might be done. Washington 14.5, and then the Rockies 30.5. So that's it for the baseball. That's the current standings right now. The trade deadline is tomorrow, so you might see some trades go down between now and tomorrow also. So if your team out of it and they got good players, just be prepared. They might get traded tomorrow. So, or about today. So that's why I'm afraid for my Braves also. They might let one of our core guys go and flip them for some farm talent. That's what usually happens in the major leagues. So we'll see what happens between now and tomorrow afternoon. I think the deadline is, I think it's from 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So that's the watch out for baseball. NBA, ain't really much to talk about the NBA. It's the off season. All you did be hearing about is the Lakers, Luka traveling all over the place. He's in New York right now. I seen that yesterday. Only other news that came out is they got some international games in Berlin, London. They announced that yesterday. So, but yeah, all that's been is Lakers talk. Now they talk about Bronny and all that stuff. All that stuff is gonna come out again. So, ain't really much to talk about in the NBA. I do actually, man. I do. I got a 9 to 5. I basically do stocking for a food market. I usually work early in the morning. I was off today though. I usually go in like 6 in the morning. I load out truck. I usually be in the cooler area, so I usually do like the dairy stuff. So I got a regular old job, so yeah, I got a regular standard job, man. So the boys, hopefully, I'm gonna check out Daniel's channel as well. I mean, if he got a channel, I'm gonna check y'all out. I think it's Janie. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Yep, so. Alright, well, I'll definitely check out your channel and sub up when I finish off of here. I ain't gonna be too much longer. Ain't really much to talk about. Already pretty much on my last segment here. Are you ready for the NFL, though? Like, it's football season. It's pretty much here. The Hall of Fame game is tomorrow night. Feature the Detroit Lions and the LA Chargers. Like, both teams got high expectations this year. Of course, tomorrow night, if you just want to watch football, it's a good game to watch. But ain't nobody going to play tomorrow. Like, Herbert's not going to play. Jared Goff ain't going to play. Most of the main players not going to play tomorrow night. But if you just want to see an NFL game, I always recommend the Hall of Fame game. Then you see all the Hall of Famers from this year come out on the field. I think the ceremony is Saturday. But I forgot who's even going to the Hall this year. But you'll see them tomorrow night. But just let's focus on these two teams. I mentioned this before with Justin Herbert. This is a big year for him because I think
the expectations is high. First, they put all the blame on Staley, the coach, which was warranted because he used to take crazy risks. Of course, the playoff games hang over his head. Um, you're in a tough division. I think the Broncos are going to be a great team this year. Of course, you got the Chiefs, and the Raiders not probably going to be too bad either. So you're in a tough division. But Jim Harbaugh is a good coach. He usually turns teams around pretty quickly. So a lot of people expected a lot out of them this year. Maybe for them to be I don't want to call them a sleeper because they were just a playoff team last year, but maybe win a playoff game or two. So look out for the Chargers, but I mean it's going to be all on Justin Herbert. He's going to have to have one of his best seasons for sure if the Chargers are going to make it. Detroit, the Lions. I like the Lions. I think in the division they in, I just think they're the most steadier team. I think Minnesota. A lot of people start to hop on that Minnesota bandwagon. And I like J.J. McCarthy. He played well at Michigan, but he still haven't played in an NFL game yet. So I can't jump on the Vikings yet. I think they got the potential for the talent they have. But we still a wait and see basis with them. Green Bay. A lot of people also like Green Bay also. Jordan Love, he's still young. He's still making some rookie, type mistakes, young mistakes with the turnovers. But other than that, he's a great player. Jacobs was huge for them on the offensive side of the ball to balance that offense. The defense lost some young guys. There are some key pieces, but I think they'd be fine. So with the tough division also for the Lions, Chicago with Caleb Williams. They hired their former coordinator, so he got some insight on the Lions. So it's going to be tough for Detroit to repeat again in that division, but I still think Jared Goff is good enough for this offense. Sardic and Nux, Williams, the running back crew for Detroit. You got Hawkinson, he's back. On that defense, they pretty much last year they lost their whole defense. So I expect Detroit to be. I think I'd be surprised if they don't win the division. To be honest with you, but of course later on in August I had my preview show, and I give you all my formal predictions. But as far as the North and the NFC, I like Detroit. So yeah. Yeah, man, I'm in Baltimore, bro. That's where I'm from. Yep. So it's hot here right now. Hey, my phone died on me. Well, my other phone. Oh well. Yeah, man. So that's pretty much the show today, man. I ain't really had a lot to talk about today. Like I said, sorry for being late. I was supposed to be on at 10. Next week we have more to talk about. The trade deadline, and then the MLB will be passed. So we'll see what happens with that. Don't know what day I'll be on yet, but it'll be either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. But come join me tonight. We playing Forever Skies tonight live at 8 o'clock. I won't be late for that. I'll definitely be ready by 8 for that. Come watch me play that. That'll be you come in and chat while I play that game. I'm on a real action part of the game, so it shouldn't be. We're gonna be doing a lot of building and stuff in this video, so in this live, so we should be straight later on tonight. Yeah. So final thoughts. Yeah, nothing really much. It's the middle of the summer, so there'll never really be a lot of sports to talk about. But next week it'll be more content because training camps are started in the NFL. But like I said, the MLB trade deadline to be passed. Ain't gonna be much NBA to talk about. Even though I didn't touch on Chris Paul going back to the Clippers. I think the Clippers are trying to. Well, they've been trying for years, but with them, of course, it's going to be if Kawhi stay healthy. If Kawhi don't stay healthy, they got a ceiling. Kawhi got to be healthy throughout the playoffs and the regular season for the Clippers to be a serious threat. But I like a lot of the off-season stuff that they done. Chris Paul is a veteran. This probably his last year, most likely. I wouldn't start him. I would bring him off the bench. Me personally, I don't know who they starting point guard is off the top of my head. Well, James Harden really is their point guard. So I think they played together before. But I would just go ahead and I bring Chris Paul off the bench to strengthen my bench. Let Kawhi and James Harden start. So the Clippers, well, like I said, the West is always interested every year, but the West is deep. Pretty much the whole conference got decent teams in it. Only team you could count out, which we've been counting out for years, maybe Utah, and maybe the Blazers also. Even though I like what the Blazers done, getting Drew Holiday, Dame is back there. He's not gonna play this year, so. Yeah, the Western Conference will be interested, but that was some interesting news that he went back to the Clippers. So. All right, y'all. But that's it. Sorry, this is a short show today. Unless anybody got something to say, if somebody got something to say in the chat, I'll stay on a little longer. As far as sports news, that was pretty much all I wanted to cover today. And thanks to everybody. Let me shout out everybody. Get me before I go. Everybody that's commenting. I hate when they do this curses because I can't read it. Rid RL, Linus Pachato, hope I'm saying your name right. TS Games, Derek Stafford. I think they say, I can't read it. I'm gonna just say Janie. Hopefully that's right. Poppy Lover, kind of weird name. Dale D8. Vaughn King, even though he asked some crazy questions about game number, that was funny. And the boys 324 and Sir Billy in the fourth. Thank everybody for coming through. Thank you guys for growing the channel. We at 359. We'll see where I'm at once I end this live. I'll be live again later on tonight. Playing Forever Skies. If you don't know what that game is, look it up. It's a very interesting game that I've been playing. Friday Night Light. I'm about to say Friday Night Lights. Thinking about football. Friday night streams. Got a surprise game I'm going to reveal for Friday night streams. I'll know by tomorrow. I might still announce it early, but as of right now, I'm not going to announce it. So join me Friday night at 8 for that. But that's it. I'm out of here. It's hot out here. I'm ready to go back in my AC. I had to come out here for more space to record. But thanks to everybody for coming through. I'll see you guys next week as far as the blog. But I'll see you guys later on tonight. Live. Forever Skies, and then Friday night. We'll be live again at 8 o'clock both nights. Tonight and Friday night. So join me then. Shout out to everybody who came through. Peace and love always. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks you guys so much for the support. Thanks so much.